an overview about the lighting setup of this mysterious scene in Unreal Engine 5. Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. Today's video is about lighting design of this scene in Unreal Engine 5 and the process of animating lights. So as you can see here we have a dark atmosphere and it conveys mysterious feelings. And I've placed a convenient chair and couple of tables beside it in this scene. And I'm gonna focus on this seat in my final shots. And behind of that seat I have a space with less lightings. And this wall and the decal on it are going to be the background of my final shot. And there is an empty space over here to emphasize the deepness to the view. Now let's have a look at the lighting I used in this scene, but first I pressed the G button on the keyboard, and by doing that the icons of the lighting actors will appear and I can easily select them. So first of all, let's select this soft light over here and have a review on it. As you can see, by turning this light on and off from the outliner section, the area it lights up is determined, and as it is clear in the details section, the intensity for this light is set on 0.2 and a light blue color is set for it. Now let's take a look to the next rectangle light that I used, and as it is clear, this light is used to light up the wall that I want to have it in the background of my shot. And as you can see in the details of this rectangular light, the intensity of the light is set to 1/10 and the color is in white tones. The next rectangular light, which is highlighted in the viewport, has lighted up the medium space between the chair and the wall, and I chose a light blue color for it and the intensity is set on 0.1. And the last rectangular light that I use in this scene is this one, and as I mentioned before, it emphasizes the deepness in my shot. And a sky blue color has set for this light and the intensity has set on 2.1. Beside the rectangular lights, I've used two spotlights in this scene, and I used these lights to illuminate the subjects that I wanted to focus on. The first spotlight, as it is clear in the viewport, is placed on the roof and it lights up the chair. And as you can see, the difference is so clear when I turn it on and off. And the next spotlight is used over here, and this spotlight emphasizes the decal when I focus on the wall. Now that we have talked about the lightings, let's change the viewport to the cinematic first, and after that let's go to the camera view. As you can see, I set the camera frame in this way so that I can have a focused image on the seat and the decal from a far view. So let's take a look to the camera's properties that I used in this shot. The first section that I want to mention is film back, and if you expand it, you can set the sensor's height, width, and eventually the aspect ratio will be defined. And as you can see, I adjusted the sensor to get 1.68 for aspect ratio. In the next section, I've chosen a 200mm lens for my camera with the aperture of 2. In the focus settings section, if you check the draw debug focus option, a purple plane will appear in the viewport. And if you change the manual focus distance value, the plane will slide in the viewport accordingly. And this plane shows the focus point of the camera. And in this case, I will set the distance on the chair because I want to focus on it. By the way, if you want to adjust your lens settings manually, you can pick the custom option for your lens, and by doing that you can set the focal length and aperture for your lens from this section. The next important option for the camera settings is the exposure, and because of the many parameters of the camera, I searched the term exposure to access it faster. So as you can see, it is here in the lens section, and in order to set a value for the exposure of the camera, we need to check these two options here, and after that let's change the value of the exposure to get better results. Now it's time to add a little bit bloom to the camera, so in this regard I'm gonna check the bloom settings from the lens section and I will set the appropriate amount for it. You may not detect the bloom effect in this case, but the difference will be significant if I use a sun and sky lighting, but I'm not gonna use in this case. Okay, now I want to add a little bit vignette effect from the image effects section. And the next important part is the color grading section, and if you expand it, you can adjust the temperature, the global lighting, shadows, color grading, and so forth from this section. Okay, now that we have talked about the lightings, let's activate the composition overlays and select grid 3 by 3, and with the help of this, I'm gonna move the camera and change its angle to get the best view. Okay, after I've set my camera view, now I'm gonna go to the content browser, and after that I'm gonna go to the sequencer that I've created before. Alright, as you can see, another camera with its keyframes is adjusted to the sequencer. So first, let's remove this camera from the sequencer, and after that I'm gonna add the camera that I've set for this scene to the sequencer. So in order to add the camera to the sequencer, I'm gonna select the track button, and after that, from the add to sequencer section, I'm gonna search for the camera that I've set for this scene. So as you can see, the camera has added to the sequencer, and the sequencer is set on 24 frames per second, and the animation contains 480 frames. Just like adding camera to the sequencer, I've added the lights that I've used in the scene to the sequencer. And as you can see, I've created keyframes for the lights that I've used in the scene. For example, this light component, which is lighting the backspace of the scene, has two keyframes in the sequencer, and the keyframes are displayed with the red dots on it. Okay, let's replay this part of the animation and see how keyframes work. Well, as you can see, the intensity of the front light is 0.1 in frame 23, and the intensity is decreasing to 0.01 until it reaches to frame 181. Alright, let's check another light. As you can see, this component is lighting the backspace of the scene, and in this component, the keyframes are adjusted so that the intensity increases from frame 71 to frame 256. Well, as you probably noticed, the spotlights do not turn on and off gradually. This happens very quickly. Even one of the spotlights is flickering. It's not complicated to animate it, and we already know the technique. But the difference is that you have to apply light intensity changes in shorter intervals of the frames, as I applied it to this spotlight. Alright guys, this is all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any question or opinion, leave it to the comment section, and take care of yourself. See you in the next videos.